Welcome back to the build of the Strike Freedom Gundam. Again, I'm continuing with the arms. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is finishing up with this first arm. There's not a lot to do. I do want to check the fit, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of detailing with some paint. As I did with the bracer, there is a extra armor plating on the bicep as well, and I left that one white, just as I had with the bracer plate as well. After I got it applied, however, I did decide to go and add some blue detailing to it, just to help tie it into the bracer plate. When I decided to move on to the next arm, the first thing I actually did was take out the armor plates instead of the skeleton. This way I could go ahead and get them painted and give them some time to dry before I would need them. As before, I am only painting a portion of the part, and then I can come back after it is dried and finish painting the part. After I painted those, I actually moved on to the starting the skeleton. It was at that point that I actually realized that I had skipped something on the first arm, specifically the hand. When you're putting together the hand on the MGs, this is again my first MG, and it had fingers that could move. Specifically, the thumb, the forefinger, could move independently, and then the other three fingers moved together. They're very small, and I had to use my pliers to hold them while I was trimming the nubs off. But the most interesting thing about them, most difficult, was having to be careful and make sure that I put the fingers in the right way. The palm of the hand is very small, and it's very easy to accidentally put the fingers in backwards, which I actually did with both hands at first. The other thing is that the sockets holding the fingers are very loose until you put the back plate on. So I discovered that I needed to have the back plate clipped out and trimmed before trying to put the fingers in, or else they would fall out very easily. I actually really enjoyed putting the hand together, putting it together, playing with it, seeing what kind of posability the fingers had, was really a lot of fun. In fact, for me at this point, that was the single most interesting and enjoyable detail of this particular model. So each of the hand plates, the back plates, have a pair of small indentations on them, and I filled those with paint. And then again, I used the cotton swab, passing back and forth to clear away the excess paint from the plate itself, while of course leaving the paint in the indentation. By the time I had finished with the hand, my paint was dry, and so I was able to, of course, go back over the armor plates and finish painting them, the other sides, the insides, etc. When I'm painting pieces that will abut each other like these, I try and always paint over the overlap. I know that the faces aren't going to be visible, but I still paint the faces that touch each other, because that helps the paint job look more fluid, more continuous, and helps keep the the part looking cleaner. However, I don't generally paint inside the part unless I know that that particular part of the inside is going to be visible, either due to articulation or because of the way it overhangs the skeleton or another part. By the way, this particular green pen that I have been using is an oil-based paint pen from Sharpie. Continuing with the construction of the skeleton, it was a little bit faster, a little bit easier with the second arm, due to having already an idea of what I was doing and how the parts went together. So that's about it for this video. We will finish up the arms in the next one.